Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stone Zone, the place where I blabber about Japanese cartoons. For whatever reason, you motherfuckers decided to absolutely fart blast the like button last video, which, thanks, I guess. But also no thanks, because now I need to make another video. Oh, I know. Okay, so if this video hits 30 likes, I shall do 100 push-ups, not in a row, on my other channel. Wow! Anyway, here's what jobs Dr. Stone characters would have gotten in the modern world part 2. Enjoy. Oh, also, Costco sells over 1 billion toilet paper rolls per year, which is enough to wrap the entire Earth 1,200 times. You're welcome for that useless fact, but you gotta pay for it by liking the video and subscribing. So in the last video, I asked if you guys had any better job suggestions for our characters, and yeah, no, it should have been you smart motherfuckers who should have made the video. Just kidding. Rex Craptor says that Kohaku should have been an athlete. Mr. Nobody DX says that she should have been a nurse. Sure, I mean, those are definitely viable career options for Kohaku, and I don't really have an argument against that. But other than that, it seems like y'all agree with me. Mr. Nobody DX also says that Chrome could have become an engineer, and I don't see why not, other than the fact that you don't really learn as you go on, and it doesn't necessarily require a creative mind, which is Chrome's biggest strength. And engineering is just making stuff, at least from what I know. Anyway, let's start, shall we? So to begin with, we have Rudy, and even though she doesn't have a huge role to play in the story after being cured, she does have an extremely gentle and feminine personality. She's also considered extremely attractive in the story, and so I think she could have become a pretty decent model. However, I feel like it wouldn't suit her personality because she doesn't seem to be the person who would show off. She could have also become a librarian due to her relatively quiet and mature nature, but I don't really think she would have been such an avid reader. What I can picture her being, though, is a teacher. It just feels so natural to picture Rudy sitting in the middle of a circle of children reading a storybook or something. That gentle and patient nature is extremely important to be a teacher. She also has pretty decent leadership skills, which means she could have also become the principal, but I'm pretty sure you can be both at the same time if it's a relatively small school. So I think teacher and school principal would be perfect for Rudy. Next up, we have Mantle, and I purposely did not talk about him in the last video because it's just so hard to come up with an occupation for him. I've been avoiding this motherfucker like the plague because he just has such a non-existent personality that I don't even know what job to assign. Heck, why did I even choose to talk about this irrelevant breast-haired stinky head? But I guess I started this, so let me finish. He would probably be a corrupt government official or a gambler or something along those lines due to his cunning and deceiving personality. Actually, you know what? Corrupt government official sounds perfect for him, and he would probably end up in jail eventually. To be honest, I'm quite unsure of this decision, so, let me know in the comments down below. Next, we have someone who isn't really that normal, aka Hyoga. I think it's hard to assign him a job, especially due to his ideologies. We don't know much about his past either, and minor manga spoiler here, but it is revealed that he was raised in a wealthy and traditional household. He isn't necessarily the dumbest person either, and as we know, he has a decent amount of physical strength. Now, I think that his elitist personality / ideology would maybe make him want for other people to become stronger, so he could be a martial artist coach, probably an extremely strict one though. Since he was brought up in a traditional household, he would maybe want to preserve that tradition, and a way to do that would be by passing on the knowledge by teaching martial arts. Yes, he specializes in the spear, however I'm sure that he also has a fair amount of competence with the katana, since that is also quite traditional Japan. So if the petrification hadn't happened, I think his mindset would have been different, where instead of eliminating the weak, he decided to make them stronger by teaching them, or he just understood that there will be weakness and mediocrity no matter what. So yeah, I think Hyoga would have become a martial arts coach / teacher. What's interesting about Kazuki is that he isn't just specifically good at one thing, but he has a knack for just crafting in general. If he was born in this day and age, he would be that one extremely talented Lego kid or something. He would have had so many options to choose from, like glassmaker, engineer, potter, carpenter, etc. It is true that Kazuki's main job in the Science Kingdom is to make glass items, but we also know that he has done quite a bit of carpentry stuff, and before Sankyu came, he was a potter of the village, so it's really hard to choose something. Therefore, I thought maybe he could make this sort of business business where he sells certain items crafted by his own experienced and very old hands. I don't know, like glass vases, ceramic shit, wooden artifacts, and items like that. He could also make custom artifacts for people, like swords, katanas, and shields, for display. Kaseki just has so much knowledge and experience when it comes to craft, he could easily keep up with a job like this. Word of his sheer mastery would spread like wildfire, and he probably would have become famous of how new that concept is. I might be super dumb or something, but I don't think something like this exists, where you sort of hand make different artifacts for people. Like, imagine being gifted a katana with your name engraved on it for your birthday or something like that, and you display it above your fireplace. I don't know, sounds pretty cool to me, and as far as I know, it's a pretty original idea, so it would get a lot of attention. The guy's a little lonely every once in a while, so he would probably hire an assistant as well. Now, is this a valid, real job that Kaseki could sustain off of for the rest of his life? Probably not, but does it perfectly suit Kaseki's personality and skills? Fuck yeah. So essentially, Kaseki would relive the rest of his life making handmade artifacts for people. Next up, we have Suika. Now, I think this is a pretty easy one to pick, being detective. However, since I haven't really read the manga, I just don't have enough info on her to pick an entire occupation for her. Her personality might change a lot because, of course, I mean, she's still a kid who has yet to go through puberty, but as she is right now, I don't think it should come as a surprise that she would become a spy. She loves helping people, and she's brave as fuck. Imagine going anywhere near an enemy base with people who are waiting to slaughter the shit out of you at the age of 10. Even adults wouldn't have the balls to do that. There's almost no doubt that she would make a perfect spy, so let me know in the comments if you disagree. So Yuzuriha is also quite kind and determined, and also has one special skill which, as we all know, is everything related to sewing and things like that. And so she seems interested in basically everything related to fashion. So basically she could have become a stylist, fashion designer, fashion illustrator, textile designer, garment technologist, graphic designer, costume designer, the list goes on and on. Therefore, I have come to the conclusion that a job where she could be all of these things at the same time would be the perfect occupation for her. I might be the only one, but I don't really see any sort of leadership skills in her, so I don't really feel like she could start her own business. However, she would probably be the perfect assistant to have who can, whip up a costume in a couple of hours or something like that. Therefore, I think she could have become a personal stylist for a celebrity. She would not only style the person's hair and do their makeup or whatever, but also choose outfits and make custom ones. I know that there are different people who have their own specific jobs when it comes to styling a celebrity, but she could have become more like an all-rounder, an assistant, as well as a friend. So I guess you could say that Yuzuriha would become a personal stylist and assistant. Yeah, that was that. This video was quite rushed, I'm not gonna lie. I'm extremely busy this week with school and shit, but I hope you enjoyed it. I don't really think I could make a part 3 just yet. We have to wait until season 3, and then we'll get a bunch of new characters which I can assign jobs to. You might have noticed this, but I still have a schedule, and I won't upload completely randomly, so I upload exactly every 4 weeks. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Okay, bye.